It broke this morning. 1.8 million people filed for unemployment claims in the latest week. That means a total of 42.65 million have joined the unemployment lines in the last 11 weeks. That is a huge number. And we bring in Labour Secretary Eugene Scalia. Mr. Secretary, good to see you again, sir. But look, isn't this going to be a tough road to recovery? Won't this massive number of jobs lost slow us down, this recovery?
Well, you're certainly right, Stuart. It's been a large number of job losses. The number of people filing for claims has declined steadily over the last few weeks, and the continuing claims number dropped significantly by about 3.3 million over the last couple of weeks. So those are some good signs. I've been of the view, Stuart, that many of these jobs will come back quickly because they were still there. It was that because of public health measures, we were keeping businesses from opening, workers returning, but they're going back now. So we've seen some bad numbers, a lot of hardship, but we're now reopening, and I think importantly, we're reopening safely too.
I would suggest that the one group of workers who it'll be most difficult to bring back in real numbers, that's office workers, especially those in the big office buildings in our major cities. Would you agree with that?
Well, that's a group of workers. A lot of them, Stuart, are able to work remotely. You're certainly seeing that for a lot of the financial institutions and others. And so they're able to address that problem that way. You're right, there are issues with elevators that make things a little more complicated. You were talking earlier about the entertainment industry. Those that make a living out of bringing large numbers of people together, they're going to be slower. The airlines will lag a bit because of that. But I think we'll see millions of people going back in the weeks ahead. That's already underway. And again, the health indications remain good, which I think is extremely encouraging for the job numbers too.
Tomorrow, we get the official unemployment rate for the month of May. I'm not asking you to front run this. I don't know whether you've seen that number or not, but it's going to be a huge number. Everybody acknowledges that. But my question is, do you think we'll still have a 10% unemployment rate, say, by the end of the year or by the election in November?
I think that we can get under 10% by the end of the year, Stuart. I really do believe that as hard as this has been for American workers and their families, it was always meant to be temporary. We had an extraordinarily strong economy. And by the way, I think the policies the president set of lower taxes to incentivize growth, of avoiding unnecessary regulatory burdens is going to be even more important. So I think we can move these numbers quickly, even though there are going to be some jobs that definitely take longer to come back. And tomorrow's report will be a hard report, but remember, it will reflect where we were in the middle of May. Things have changed a lot since then.
Yeah, it's backward looking. Okay, let's look forward again. Senator Rob Portman, Republican, he's suggesting a $450 per week bonus if you go back to work. What do you think of that?
Well, the idea there is to incentivize people to return to work because of the substantial unemployment benefit that was made available, I think, importantly, made available under the CARES Act. We want that unemployment safety net available for people, but what we want first is work. Workers are better off being able to safely return to work than being on unemployment. And I think that's what Senator Portman is focused on. I think these are ideas. I think these are ideas.
The bonus?
I think it's an idea worth considering. We really do want, again, to enable people to get back to work. That's always a first choice over unemployment. And as we reopen and as people can safely return, I think it's worth considering how we can further incentivize and make that happen.
Mr. Secretary, thanks for taking time out to be with us today. I know you're busy, but we do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Thank you, Stuart.
Sure thing.